Most people think sounding confident means speaking louder, faster, or using big words. But research actually shows the opposite. Confident people pause more, speak less, and use simpler language. Because real confidence doesn't need to prove itself. In this video, I'll share 7 phrases that instantly make you sound more confident in meetings, conversations, and even tough feedback situations. These aren't power phrases you memorize. They're subtle, psychologically intelligent ways of speaking that signal calm authority. And as someone who studied communication psychology and consulting frameworks used by firms like McKinsey, I'll also explain why these phrases work so you can use them naturally and strategically. Phrase 1. Here's what I recommend. Most people say, maybe we could, or I think we should. But confident communicators say, here's what I recommend. Let's break that down. This phrasing signals ownership. You're not forcing your opinion, you're calmly presenting your expertise. Instead of, I think we should test a campaign next week, say, here's what I recommend. We test the campaign next week and review results by Friday. Using declarative phrasing builds trust and authority. It shows you've thought through your point and aren't seeking approval to speak. Phrase 2. Let's explore that. When someone challenges your idea or disagrees, our instinct is to defend. But confident communicators stay curious. When someone says, I don't think that will work, instead of reacting, say, let's explore that. What part concerns you most? This phrase diffuses conflict by activating the other person's prefrontal cortex, the rational part of the brain, instead of their defensive system. It signals emotional control and intellectual maturity. Phrase 3. That's a fair point. This one is simple but powerful. When you acknowledge a valid perspective, you instantly come across as secure, not threatened. Example. That's a fair point. Let's look at both angles before deciding. By validating others, activate the reciprocity principle. People become more open to your ideas because you've first respected theirs. Confident people don't need to win every argument. They aim to lead balanced discussions. Phrase 4. Here's what we know so far. When things are uncertain, say in a meeting or project, many people panic and over-explain. Instead, anchor the conversation with, here's what we know so far. Example, here's what we know so far. The client approved phase 1 and we're waiting on phase 2 feedback. This signals stability and control. Even in ambiguity, you're the person bringing clarity, and that makes people trust your leadership. Phrase 5. I'll need some time to think about that. In fast-moving discussions, many people rush to answer, but true confidence lies in pausing. Example, when asked a tough question, you can say, that's a great question. I'll need some time to think about that and get back to you. This shows self-assurance and executive composure. It communicates that you value accuracy over speed, a hallmark of strategic thinkers. Phrase 6. Let me rephrase that. Sometimes we say something that lands wrong. Most people panic or over-apologize. Confident communicators simply reset with, let me rephrase that. Example, instead of, oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. Say, let me rephrase that. What I meant is, This phrase maintains control of tone and narrative. It replaces anxiety with composure, showing that you're capable of self-correction without losing authority. Phrase 7. Here's the next step. Every confident communicator knows this. Clarity is power. Ending conversations or meetings without a clear next step creates confusion. Example, here's the next step. I'll finalize the draft and we'll review it by Wednesday. Decisive closure communicates leadership presence. It tells people you're action-oriented and reliable. and it subtly positions you as the person moving things forward. Here's what most people don't realize. Confidence isn't about saying the perfect thing. It's about energy management, how calm, grounded, and intentional you are when you speak. Even the most powerful phrases lose their effect if delivered with tension or apology in your tone. So before you walk into your next meeting or conversation, take a breath, lower your shoulders, and remind yourself, I'm here to contribute, not to prove. That's the mindset behind every confident communicator you've ever admired. Let's quickly recap the 7 phrases that make you sound more confident. Here's what I recommend. Let's explore that. That's a fair point. Here's what we know so far. I'll need some time to think about that. Let me rephrase that. Here's the next step. Confidence isn't about dominance. It's about calm direction. And the more you practice these phrases, the more naturally that calm authority becomes your default. If one of these stood out to you, comment below which phrase you're going to start using this week. And subscribe for more videos on calm confidence, communication psychology, and professional self-leadership. Because when we communicate with calm authority, we lead, influence, and inspire at the highest level.